Good morning, everybody. If I could just have your attention just for a moment. Apologies for this. Thank you all for being on time. But we do have a significant backlog this morning in registration. I believe there's some serious traffic and rail issues in our region this morning. Given that people have waited so long to graduate today, I've taken a decision to delay the start of the graduation for 20 minutes. I'll give you an update in 15 minutes or so. I think that's the right thing to do for those who haven't been able to do it. keep you up to date. The queues have cleared very, very pleasingly, so we will be underway in 5 minutes. So I will commence the ceremony in 5 minutes. Another popular choice. So if you last call for the toilet, I think. Oh, good morning, everybody. We will get underway. Just a little bit late. Thank you for your patience this morning. I guess of all the ceremonies in our graduations this year, the one in which we can work with the audience most is this one, right? Because you know how to do that. Thanks for your patience, I say, and your understanding. It's obviously really important that we got as many people here as we could before we started. So, first of all, my name is Mark McGuinness. I'm one of the university's Pro Vice Chancellors, and it's my honour today to be the Master of Ceremonies, and I'll take us through the ceremony throughout. My main purpose this morning is to talk to the graduates to explain the ceremony so you know what's about to happen, what's going to unfold in front of you. But a few words before that. So welcome to the Forum, Bath Forum. This is a Grade 2 star listed building. It's one of those buildings in a city full of listed buildings, but unlike many of our assets here in Bath, this is one that's used by the community extensively. It's a much loved venue where people come to enjoy themselves, to reflect, to be inspired. My own kids have crossed this stage as well. They weren't dressed as reindeers that day, and for the parents perhaps. But it is used as a music venue. It's a really important asset to the city, and we're really glad to be here. And thanks very much to those who work at the Forum in supporting our arrangements today. Thanks also to Bath and North East Somerset Public Health Team, who've helped us extensively to make preparations today so that we can rightly keep the focus on celebration today, and be more assured that we've done everything we can to keep everybody safe here in the building. And thanks for your support with those measures. I'd like to thank my colleagues, many of whom have been involved today, and also the Guildhall where you registered initially and got your robes. So, as I said, the main job is to explain the ceremony to you, and here I'll look specifically at our graduates. So, welcome. Hope you enjoy your day with us today. The first thing to introduce is the academic procession, and in a few minutes, I will ask everybody in the auditorium to please be standing as the academic procession move into the room. And they'll come down to the front, process across the stage. It's a very colourful, very splendid affair. Academic staff, as I am, and indeed as our graduates are today, they wear the colours of their awarding institution, so it's a very colourful and vibrant spectacle. The Vice-Chancellor will be the last person onto stage, and she will take her seat in the middle, appropriately in the middle. And when she arrives at the stage, the fanfare, which will accompany the procession, will fade, and she will take her seat. At that point, would everybody else in the auditorium follow her and take their seats, and then we'll be underway. I'm delighted to say, actually, the Vice-Chancellor made it very clear right at the outset she wants to be here for every ceremony this week. A particular consideration was how long many people have waited for their graduation this week. So she will give a welcome speech following the opening of the ceremony. Graduates, we have a very strict running order, and you probably have already worked out we've sat you very deliberately in an order which matches exactly the list of the readers who will come in the academic procession and read those names out. It's really important you stay in the order that you're seated, because that's who we're expecting on stage. It won't be appropriate to lap up the applause, the whoops, the cheers of someone else as you pass across the stage with a different degree, even. So do stay in that running order. That's really important. Thank you. It is also important for you to note that it is acceptable to remove your face covering when you reach the steps. And as you cross the stage, and our cameras will catch you, for the long-term record, you won't need to wear a mask unless you choose to. But we've managed the event in a way that that's perfectly safe to do so once you reach the top of the steps. If you could replace it as you leave the stage across on the other side, that would be appreciated. As you reach the top steps here, I will be standing just at the top step, and it's my job to make sure that everybody reaches that top step safely. Thank you. I don't need to go on about that, really, do I? I'll make sure you do. So you may see me just motioning that you keep on moving up, because I'll be very careful to make sure that you are there, and then you can safely transit the stage. The reader will read your name, and that is your cue to run across the stage. I say run across. It's your moment. Do it whichever way you feel comfortable. Moonwalk it if you fancy. We've had that before. Handstands. This is a music and performing arts ceremony. Who knows what we're going to enjoy? So, it's your moment, take your time, feel free to wave at your loved ones, give them a, fist in the air, whatever it is that's right for you, and we leave that obviously for you to do. Can you bear in mind as you cross the stage, graduates, that there is you possibly can't see it yet, or maybe you can see it on the screen behind me, but there's a blue carpet which goes from the steps on this side to the steps on that side. We ask you just to keep to the carpet as you go across. That keeps the floor even. It also allows us to maintain the safe distances from the academic procession and the Vice-Chancellor, who will be standing in the middle, giving everybody applause, and she'll doff her hat as you go past as well. So keep to the blue carpet. The ceremony, after we've presented all awards, the ceremony will be closed, and I'll ask you all to stand once again, and then the academic procession will exit via the doors they came in, which are the doors right at the back of the auditorium. Once they have exited the building, or exited the auditorium, graduates will be asked to stand row by row and will be directed to the door you can see just in that corner down there on your left, at the lowest level, the exit doors there. Graduates will exit in single file that way. Other ceremonies have taken that as a real opportunity to offer the final congratulations, to applaud every graduate out of the building into the street outside. So we've done that on purpose, obviously. We've got a road closure notice outside that's being properly policed, so it's safe to exit the building there. And that's an area where you can congregate with your peers and then with your families and your loved ones. And academic staff will join you in the street outside, and that's obviously the safest way that we can do that congregation and the kind of informal bit afterwards. So all graduates, you'll be directed that way out of the auditorium, not the way you came in. And guests, the same will apply to you as well. Once the graduates have been exited out of the building, we will take you row by row out of the building. You can join your graduating loved one outside. Hopefully that's all clear. And it just remains for me to do the final housekeeping notes, which are, firstly, could you do a final check of your mobile phone? Check that's off or in silent mode. If you find any need for first aid, we do of course have trained first aiders just to attract the attention of any stewards, and they'll get that assistance to you quickly. And in the unlikely event that there's a need for us to evacuate the building for any kind of emergency, there will be a clear instruction that that is the case, and our stewards and the staff of the forum will direct you out safely. So finally, my opportunity is just to say a personal well done to everybody. Great to see you here today. I wish you all many, many years of happy adventures ahead, whichever path you take. So, if I may ask you all to stand for the academic procession. graduates and your guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I call upon the Vice-Chancellor of Bath Spa University, Professor Sue Rigby, to open this graduation ceremony.
Morning, everybody. I'm so glad to see you all, particularly given that there seem to be no trains, no buses, and very limited access by car to Bath. So I'm assuming most of you walked from the park and ride, and we're delighted to see you. We're also delighted to see you after the huge disruption of COVID and the massive difficulty in organising a graduation that actually stuck within the rules. So thank goodness, and it's marvellous, marvellous to have you here today. So, friends, graduands, colleagues, a very warm welcome to the Bath Spa University winter graduations. And colleagues, you may now, if you please, remove your hats. I have to say that, or your graduation doesn't happen, it just looks like it's happening. So we're delighted to be able to hold this ceremony here in the forum. I'm very grateful to its staff who go to such lengths to make you and us welcome. And I also want to thank the university staff, whom you will already have met, people who've supported you through your studies and now spend the day helping to run these amazing events. But we're here to celebrate the fantastic achievements of our graduating students, both those who graduated in 2020 and in 2021. You've all followed an unprecedented and difficult road to get here, and it is really so good to see you at this special event. We also recognise in this ceremony the impact and reach of a student whose award today is posthumous. Vin Selby was someone with a passion for music and for learning. He made a difference. He's very much missed. With his wife and sons, we will celebrate his achievements today. Each degree accomplished comes with a narrative of hard work, late nights, panicked visits to the library, coffee and stress-busting cakes with friends, maybe the odd other substance, I don't know. And I don't want to know. And a growing sense of confidence and capability. Very few of us emerge unchanged from the process of studying for a degree, and indeed we shouldn't, or it wouldn't have done its job. As with any life-changing event, growing up, having children, falling in love, you can't imagine it until you've done it, and then everything is altered. You can't go back now, you are made new. Can I invite our graduates to just take a moment to reflect on their own journey to this point? You should be enormously proud of yourselves and all that you've accomplished. None of us, especially those of us here to celebrate with you on the platform, think it was easy. So just take a moment to reflect on that journey and to feel so proud of what you've accomplished in the last years. That's my cue. Although studying for and receiving a degree is something individual, it's accomplished within the supportive framework of friends and family, some of whom are here to celebrate with you today. In a moment, I'd like to ask you to stand up and give a big round of applause to the folk who helped you to get to this point, both those who are in the room with you and those who aren't here in person, but are definitely thinking about you and indeed watching hopefully the right live stream just now. So if you'd be good enough, if you stand up, turn to your supporters and give them a big round of applause. Well done. Tricky thing now is to sit back down in the same seat in the dark, but I'm sure you're up to that. No need to stand up for this one, but can I also ask you to join me in thanking those staff who've taught and supported you in other ways through your studies. I'm privileged, genuinely privileged, to lead a group of outstanding academics and professionals who have you, their students, always at the heart of what they do. They work late hours, and many of them, especially through the pandemic, and they are as delighted by your attainments as you are, so please thank them with me now. This is a high point, you'd have noticed, in the university calendar, a day of great joy, but also great sadness. If you think about a university, you may conceive of it as a building, or a reputation, or the library, a location. It isn't any of that. A university is a community of learners, no more and no less. You've been part of that community for a good while now. And as you move on, our community is lessened and we miss you. While we would have it no other way than that you graduate from our world and move on, you leave an enormous gap, and we are very sorry to say goodbye. But keep in touch. You are always part of the Bath Spa community. If we can help you in any way in the future, let us know. And we would love to hear about your successes and stories in the years to come. And indeed, I look forward to welcoming some of you back onto the platform in the fullness of time as we welcome Sarah today. We are a community that you can be very proud of. Our roots stretch deep, back into the 1850s. And since that time, some of Britain's finest artists and teachers have worked with us. But we are a university for the 21st century, designed to meet the challenges of a post-industrial, highly volatile and rapidly changing world. You graduate into uncertain times, but with an academic armoury that will allow you to thrive. You are creative, above all creative, critical, analytical, able to dance on the margins of knowledge and open your mind to the unknown. You don't rush to quick decisions, you don't rush to blame. Rather, you bring your high-level academic skills to bear on a problem or an opportunity, and in doing so, you make the world a better place. A degree in music and the performing arts is testament to your confidence and deeply creative skills. The pandemic has been a hard time for creatives, but we're now well on to recovery, and the world and its opportunities are opening up again. One thing we've all learned during lockdowns has been the importance of performance and culture to the richness of our lives. Your skills will help many people to be their best selves as you bring joy and challenge to their lives. However you choose to use your invaluable skills, we wish you satisfaction and fulfilment in the years to come. Success for you may be out in the world, or it may be inside a small group of valued family and friends. Remember, there's no external metric of achievement beyond this point, only that small voice inside that expresses pride and determination as you make your way through life. But if I had to choose a set of people to make a difference and to make things better, it would be you, our graduates. And just now, I can ask no less of you than that you thrive in your life journeys, that you make a difference, and that in doing so, piece by piece, you change everything. You have the rest of your life to spend, and I will be delighted to watch as you spend it wisely and for the benefit of others in these unprecedented times. So well done, graduates. Have a great day. You've earned it, and I congratulate you. Well done.
We now move to the presentation of awards. The university has within its gift the authority to award honorary degrees to individuals whose achievements and activities are resonant with the core values of the institution. We now make one such award, and I'm very pleased to invite Nigel B.M. Powell to propose the award of Honorary Doctor of Music to Sarah Liversidge-Platts.
Good morning, everyone. This is a short speech, no more than 3 minutes, on Sarah Livesage, who today gets an honorary doctorate in music from our university. Sarah graduated from Bath Spa University with a first. And in her final year, she was at BA Music, by the way, she did a piece, a music composition for a piano quintet. And it was called It Never Stops. What an apt metaphor for her talent and her energy. So she always wanted to be a music publisher. And in 2005, she set up her own independent music publishing company called BDI Music. I first came across BDI Music at the Ivors, the annual awards ceremony for composers, songwriters, and music publishers in London. It seemed to me that every year a media composer would go up and receive his or her Ivor, and the company representing them was BDI Music. Sarah, she never stops. She has also kept her links with Bath Spa University. She employs a Bath Spa commercial music graduate, James Patterson, in her A&R team. She has also signed Rue Primrose, a songwriter and a composer, to her roster. Her great talent, however, is actually A&R, putting people together. One of the producers on her roster is a guy called Jake Gosling. In 2011, she put Jake together with a relatively unknown singer-songwriter. They wrote 8 songs together. The album was Divide. The relatively unknown singer-songwriter was, of course, Ed Sheeran. 4 years later, Sarah signs Amy Wadge, another singer-songwriter, in fact, a local girl brought up in Banwell near Weston-super-Mare. Now, at the time, Amy was pregnant. This was not a risk for Sarah. She immediately puts together Amy with Ed once again. They write a song called Thinking Out Loud. It won a Grammy the very next year as for the best single. She is an amazing role model for women in the music business. She herself has won a gold badge from the MPA. She's also won an Unsung Heroes Award from the Record Producers Guild. She is not only an amazing role model for women in the music business, she's an amazing role model for us all. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates to be, I give you Sarah Livesage Platts.
Can I put that in there? Hold on. Need to put my glasses on first. Okay. I'm a little bit croaky as well. It's not COVID. I think it's just nerves. Thank you, Nigel. It's great to see you again. And hello, everyone. Gosh, it's very overwhelming, this. I'm absolutely thrilled to have received this amazing honour from Bath Spa Uni. The invitation to become an honorary doctorate actually landed in my inbox 2 years ago, just before COVID hit. So I've had a lot of time to get nervous for today's ceremony. I feel extremely humbled, blessed and grateful for this academic recognition. I am an independent music publisher. I'm extremely passionate about what I do. I'm dedicated to the songwriters and composers who I represent. And I relentlessly protect their music copyrights day in and day out. I studied music at Bath between 1989 to 1991, and I'm presuming most of you lovely graduates weren't even born then. Hopefully the parents were. But to set the scene, these years were a time of political and social unrest. Margaret Thatcher lost her leadership in 1990. There were anti-poll tax riots, and the Berlin Wall toppled, ending the Cold War. On a lighter note, the music scene was bursting with electronic dance music and new wave pop, with the imminent explosion of the 90s rave scene. So, 30 years ago, when I received my BA Honours degree in music at Bath Assembly Rooms, I never dreamt I would be standing here before you all today. Studying at Bath was liberating, exhilarating, and empowering. The freedom was overwhelming, being surrounded by like-minded students, having daily use of music department facilities to compose, create, and perform my music was such a creative privilege. And there I made lifelong friendships. In fact, I'm going out with two of them tonight for dinner to celebrate. I immersed myself in everything that was available: musical productions, drama productions, sport, and of course going out in Bath and partying hard. Graduation day meant the world to me. I remember my parents looking so proudly at me in the audience. We went for a long celebratory lunch afterwards, where my mum handed me a letter. I had received a job offer from the BBC. For years, my dream had been to work at the BBC. Pre-emails, we had to write letters, and I had set myself a goal in my final year to send out as many as I could to the BBC and to TV production companies. 90% of them never even came back to me, but I got the lucky break, and a week later I was in London, feeling bewildered but very excited. I ended up working at the BBC for 13 years, using the opportunity to move between departments, learning new skills and networking. I worked across BBC Drama, BBC Films, Sport, Music and Entertainment. I would take annual leave to do freelance work, just so that I didn't miss the opportunities that I was being presented with. Eventually, I crossed into the commercial arm of the BBC, BBC Worldwide, the plan being that I would learn the world outside of public broadcasting. I became head of music publishing. But I wanted more. I was so grateful to all the amazing opportunities the BBC had given me during this time, but I'd started to outgrow things. I decided to leave the BBC to set up BDI Music, my own music publishing company. From the early days of publishing TV media music, I diversified into representing pop songwriters and film and TV composers. Nigel's already touched on this, but I will go into this story. One evening in 2008, a ginger kid with a rucksack on his back landed on my doorstep. Guitar in hand, foot pedal in tow, wanting to play me his songs. He was 15, super bright and just brimming with talent, and clearly armed with the lust for success. That year, he achieved his goal of 200 gigs, which was an incredible goal to have had at such a young age. Ed Sheeran has gone on to become a global artist. I've had the privilege of working with and representing a broad selection of his songs for the last 16 years. And alongside Ed, I also hooked him up with my other songwriters, Amy Wadge and producer-writer Jake Gosling. We've all been on an incredible journey together. Over the years, I'm lucky enough to have worked with many talented artists, producers, and songwriters and musicians. My personal reward is seeing them all becoming successful and making careers out of their love of music. Now, success isn't all about financial reward. And don't get me wrong, I love what I do, and I feel so fortunate to work with amazing songwriters and composers. But my definition of success is the love of my family and my friends. No matter how cliche it may sound, you will never truly be successful until you learn to give beyond yourself. Empathy and kindness are the true signs of emotional intelligence. To those of you graduates who are sitting out there today and who have a pretty good idea of what you want to do with your life or have already entered the world of work, congratulations. For many of you who maybe don't have it all figured out, it's okay, it's fine. Enjoy the process of your search without succumbing to the pressure of the result. Trust your gut, don't give up, and always keep pushing. Keep throwing those darts at the dartboard, and you will figure it out. I want to say a few thank yous. Thank you to the Board of Governors of Bath Spa University and to the Vice-Chancellor and Deputy Vice-Chancellor and to Nigel. Thank you to the artists, record producers, songwriters and composers who I represent. Without their music and talent, I wouldn't be standing here today. Thank you to my husband, Simon Platts. He's down there somewhere. I think I can see him. You've been my rock. Your belief in me is unstoppable. Thank you to my parents for encouraging me to do my best and for giving me their unconditional support and love. They were supposed to be here today, but very tragically, they both died from COVID a few months ago. I want to dedicate, my honorary doctorate to my mum and dad. And finally, huge congratulations to all the graduates in the room here today. This is the start of your amazing journey. Go and make your mark on the world. Thank you.
Vincent Selby first joined Bath Spa University in September 2008 as a mature student studying BA Creative Music Technology and graduating with a full BA honours in 2011. After graduating, he joined Wiltshire College as a lecturer in music and audio production and soon became a well-loved and well-respected member of their team and well-loved and respected by their students. Vincent was a creative soul with a love for the arts, ranging from theatre, visual arts, sound and music. He was a cheerful, kind and likeable person, and one of his great qualities was the ability to encourage creativity from others. We were delighted when Vincent returned to us in Bath Spa in 2021 to study for the MA Sound Design, following his love for film sound and the sound arts. He will be remembered as a generous, passionate, and determined student. We wish to extend our condolences to Vince's family, who are here today, his sons Jordan and Jack, and his wife Karen, who will be collecting his award. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the following candidate for the award of MA Sound Design, IGRATAT, Vince Selby.
We now continue the presentation of awards to graduates of Bath Spa University, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor to receive graduates from the School of Music and Performing Arts.
I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with honours in combined awards. Jade Jessica Abbott. Deborah and Harrod Beale. George McKinley Bedwell. Harry Leslie Pan. Zechariah Chan. Jessica Charlotte Harris. And Jessica Genevieve Holly Farsham Holloway. Olivia Jane Holmes. Zechariah Joseph Loper. Gregory Jordan Parker. Hannah Jane Plum. Matthew Price. Bethany Catherine Rowland. Katie Louise Shepherd. James Brian Patrick Smart. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours in combined awards. Candice Dosetta Leona Scott. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Acting. Emily Badcock. Lucy Frances Bartle. Jessica Amber Bates McIntyre. Charlotte Jasmine Behan. Hannah Julia Berryman. Paige Elizabeth Clark. Pablo de Entrambaceguas Laguna. Lydia Ann Denny. Safa El Ghani. Suhaila Marie Farhat. Alexander Tane Fawcett. Megan Bethany Freeman Thompson. George William Goodman. Max Leon Pierre Griffiths. Sapphire Rose Heaton. Megan Melissa Hodgetts. Ellis Holden. Caleb Saul House. Elizabeth Marianne Howard. Tor Alfred William Hodswell. Corin Hughes Shaw. Forrest Christopher Jones. Holly May Leggett. Rebecca Deverly Francella Miller. Jenna Louise Moran. Louise Mosley. Monique Eleanor Mungomba Muzariri. Robin Joanne Naylor. George Henry Nutt. Rosanna Kathleen O'Connor. Catriona O'Sullivan. Maddie Olivia Rani Parks. Louisa Darby Pass. Natalie Margaret Prescott. Billy Joanna Rainbird. Matthew Ian Remington. Samuel Jeffrey Stevens. Louis James Pascal Sutherland. Matthew Thomas. Michael Samuel Thompson. Billy May Townsend. Adam Laria White. Joel Nathan Wagstaff. Chloe Victoria Wallace. Joshua David Wisson. Nicholas James White. Samuel David Andrew Wilkes. Tristan Alan Williams. Jade Marie Wright. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Commercial Music. Daniel Olatunde Adamokin. Aaron Boundary. William George Bryant. Megan Marie Clemens. Felix Niall Colbert. Elpeniki Leila Konstantinidis. Elliot Thompson. Sam James Kohler. Thomas Michael Dummer. Dia Sadie Featherson Doyle. Pietro Forrester. Jack Edward Harding. Caris Isabella Lewin. Kitty Elizabeth Maloney. Opie James Marsh. James Morgans. Olivia Jasmine Noonan. Molly Claire O'Keefe. Elizabeth Victoria Rose Pickering. Jesse Patrick Roach. Luke William George Shadrick. Gail Scholler. Saskia Bryony Luana Steve Faulkner. Christopher Tucker. Juno Eve Ward. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Contemporary Circus and Physical Theatre from Circomedia. Amy Costa. Abigail Bethany Litton. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Music Technology. James Oliver Breary. Annie Kerry Collier. Becky Holly Crowther. Christopher Alexander Greenman-Ralph. Norman Fernando Grundy. Zachary Hollows. Bradley Scott Ives. Callum James David Jones. Jan Maria Logic. Matthew Manley. Marco Antonio Gonçalves Pauling. Jake Samuel Ivan Silva. Abigail Ruth Taylor. Anna Constance Tawney. Bradley Waterhouse. Jamie Paul Wilkinson. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Music Technology with Games and Interactive Media. Brandon Joe Knight. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Dance. Lucy Victoria Agnew. Connor John Claude Ashen. Jade Allison Ashford. Miranda Sally Bird. Bethany Bolton. Chloe Jade Curry. Amalia Rachel Fowler-Klaus. Lucy Mary Ann Hobman. Lucy Marie Hopkins. Natasha Martin. Alicia Louise Palmer. Emily Georgia Pavel-Dimitriou. Raquel Pereira dos Santos. Sephora Braga Malala St. Clair Knights. Isabel Hannah Watson. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Drama. Nancy Breeder Caroline Barnes. Sophie Elizabeth Blackstock. Renee Savannah Bond. Kate Fogarty. Wilfred Ezra Jewett. Harry Philip Legg. Ellen Elizabeth Martin. Anna Claire McGough. Sophia Maria Marola. Sofia Carmela Palmieri. Callum James Smith. Regan William Spinks. Anna Lucy Stone. Maria Arendino Wall. Frances Evelyn Whitehead. J. Laura Williams. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts in Music. Francis William Vladimir Bryden. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Music. Carrie Grace Britton. Alice Victoria Brooks. Maxim Alexander Xavier Renashkovich. Philippa May Jackson. Lauren Mary Arissa Lathram. Nicholas Sarah McCullough. Enola Louise Alice Morehouse. Jessica Eleanor Mortimer Price. Daniel Lee Parfitt. Patrick William Tip-Taft Powell. Maria Hanrahan Relton. Molly Jasmine Sue. Callum James Spencer. Reuben Giles Taylor. Phoebe Ellen Wood. Jay Yang. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Music, Vocal Performance. Rebecca Nicole Dixon. I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Theatre and Digital Production. Grace Emily Bomer. Matilda Louise Burrows. Edward Jeremy Collins. Michael Cregan. Annabelle Ellis. Katie Jane Hutchings. Tanya Lee Jackson. Katie Melinda Jones. Jack Raymond Nibbs. Max Lynch. Harry Mark Morford. Kirsten Elizabeth Mill. Isabella Marie Murphy. Georgina Louise Pulaine Fussell. Joshua William James Ramley Davis. Charlotte Alexandra Rose. Elliot Jack Spirito Cooper. Freya Elizabeth Stevens. Sophie May Thompson Gray. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Classical Acting, Beverly Catherine Kippenham. Konstantinos Mantsos. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Commercial Music, Integrated Masters, Billy Louise Alderman. Matthew Robert James Collins. Thomas Crabb. James Harriman. Hannah Katie Holder. Matthew Robert Houchin. Samuel Hoxley. Benjamin James Hutchison. Samuel John Kidd. Ava Monica Lobzinska. Fionn McGuinness Morris. Susanna Mills. Alistair Michael Norman O'Kane. Avril Amber Tricker. Callum David Wotherspoon. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Composition. Edward Philip Beasley. Paige Louise Halliwell. Craig Colin Stimson. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Directing. Jacqueline Alice Crochet. J. Laura Williams. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Directing Circus, again from Circa Media. Viola Bruni. James Patrick Waters. Rachel Catherine Baird. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Music Performance. Mohammed Dashti. Tobias Jacob Lazenbury. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Performing Shakespeare. Charles Day. Dana Winston Gay. The Lady May Withers. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Songwriting. Jamie Paul Oliver Beale. Stephen Brody. Tone Reinertson Ellisoy. Oliver James Rainsford. Chloe Anna Turby. Louis Vallon. Hannah Jane Waring. Joel Robert Michael Wilson. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Sound Arts. Richard Anthony Jones. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Sound Design. Gabriel Hansen. Sia Hodson. Stephen Joseph Lunn. Stephen Maxwell McLean. Ruth Claire Lismas. I present the following for the award of Master of Arts in Sound Production. James Godfrey. Bradley Scott Ives.